season replays, fantasy drafts, ultimate creative leagues, and what if tournament. It's Coffee Cup Games with the coach, DKM. Hey, this is Coach DK with Coffee Cup Games. Hope you guys are having a good one. So far, we've been taking the 1906 Chicago Cubs, one of the greatest teams in baseball history, and trying to see if we can win the World Series, a feat that they were not able to do originally in 1906 when they lost the World Series to the Chicago White Sox, the hitless wonders, in 6 games. So far in our replay, we are leading the World Series 3-1 as the Cubs won games 1 and 2 in extra innings. The White Sox won handily in game 3, and we won handily in game 4. So we're about to enter into Game 5 at Westside Park, the home of the Chicago Cubs, and our chance to be able to win the World Series in 5 games against the Chicago White Sox. Originally, the White Sox won Game 5 8-6 in the highest scoring game of the entire World Series, which gave the White Sox a 3-2 lead in the World Series, and were then able to win Game 6 at home and become champions of the World Series. But we are leading the series 3-1. So can we lead the Cubs to a World Series championship, or will we choke and lose the next 3 games and give the World Series back to the original champions, the Chicago White Sox? Well, let's jump into Game 5, but first let's check out the starting pitchers and the starting lineups for Game 5. For the White Sox, they're going to send up Game 3 starter Ed Walsh with only a day's rest. He is going to come into the game as they're going to send their best pitcher. The Hall of Famer went 17-13 back in 1906. He had a 1.88 ERA. We're going to send up Jack Taylor. He did get some relief innings in games 1 and 2 as those games went in the extra innings. Jack Taylor in 1906 went 20-12. He started 33 games. He had a 2.00 ERA, and he was a control pitcher as he only struck out 61 batters. For the White Sox, they're going to be starting off Hahn, the right fielder. Jones is going to be in center field. He'll be batting second. The second baseman, Isbell, is going to be batting third. Davis, the Hall of Fame shortstop, is going to be batting fourth. Donahue will be at first. He'll be batting fifth. Daughtery will be back in left field, and he'll be batting sixth. Sullivan, the catcher, is going to be batting seventh, and Tannehill, the third baseman, is going to be batting eighth. Walsh will be on the mound, and he'll be batting ninth. For the 116-win Chicago Cubs, one of the greatest teams in baseball history, we're going to lead off with Schlegel, the center fielder. Schecker, the left fielder, is going to be batting second. Schultz, the right fielder, is going to be batting third. Chance, the Hall of Fame first baseman, is batting fourth. Steinfeld, our best hitter, is going to be playing third base and batting fifth. Joe Tinker, the Hall of Fame shortstop, is batting sixth. Johnny Evers, the Hall of Fame second baseman, is batting seventh. Johnny Kling, our catcher, is going to be batting eighth. And on the mound will be Taylor, and he'll be batting ninth. So now let's jump into Game 5. But before we do, I'm going to ask you guys, please like the video, hit that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 200 subscribers. And lastly, leave any questions, comments, or snide remarks in the comments section down below. So now let's jump into Game 5 of our replay of the 1906 World Series between the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. Jack Taylor on the mound for us as we're going to be going against Hahn, their leadoff man. Hahn hit .221 back in 1906. He's probably their best hitter in the World Series. Here's the first pitch, and it's going to be a single by Hahn as he gets a ground ball between first and second. And so that's going to be a leadoff hit for the White Sox. And now fielder Jones is up. Hahn gets a good lead. He's going to get a good jump. He's got an 80% chance. We're going to throw it anyways. And he's a 1-16. It's going to be a 15. Safe! Hahn is going to be safe at second. And now Jones is up. Fielder Jones hit .230. He needs a 1-4 for a triple. It's going to be a 1. The rest was a flyout. So Jones with a triple to knock in Hahn. And so that is going to give them a quick 1-0 lead as they don't even have any outs. And now Isbell is up, the second baseman, and he needs a 1-10. It's going to be an 11. Lucky for us. So that's going to be a line out to Evers, and that's going to be 1 down. And now Davis, the Hall of Fame shortstop's up. He's going to hit a ground ball to Tinker. Tinker's going to pull this one in. He's going to throw it to first. It is going to score the run as Jones takes off immediately upon contact. And so we get the second out, but they do add another run and now lead 2-0. And now Donahue, the first baseman's up, and he's going to rip a single between first and second. So Taylor, we did give the start in this game, but he's getting pretty much beat up early on in the first inning, and they're going to steal this time with Donahue, 1-16. He's out! And it's going to be an 18, so thrown out at second base by Johnny Kling to get us out of the inning and stop the damage as the White Sox take a quick 2-0 lead, and we haven't even gotten up to bat yet. Definitely not the way we want to start off as we go into the bottom of the first. Walsh going against Slagle. Here's the pitch, and Slagle's going to hit a ground ball to Isbell. Isbell has to make a play, and he cannot get to it as that's going to be a single, and now Slagle is on first. We're going to try to see if we can steal here. He is not able to get a good lead. We're going to steal anyways, try to see what we can do here, and he is going to be as he beats that throw. That's going to put a runner in scoring position with a 2-0 lead. We're going to be aggressive early on, see what we can do. Now Slagle is on second base, and Shecker now is up to bat. Here's the pitch to Shecker. Shecker's going to hit a ground ball to Davis. Davis is going to have to make a play. Whoopsies! As he's going to juggle this one, and Shecker able to go to first. Slagle is going to end up on third on the air. So we have runners on the corners with no outs, trying to come back from that quick 2-0 deficit. And so now let's have some fun. Let's pull a little league action here as we are going to try a delayed double steal. It's game 5. I know it's probably not the wisest thing to do, but let's have some fun. We got Slagle on third. We're going to send Sheckard on the throw. We are going to send Slagle. Let's see what happens here. So Sheckard is able to go, and we are going to steal home with Slagle. Let's see what the defense does. And it's going to be cut off. They're going to throw it back home. And you're out. And he is going to be out.
Le who? The her.
I'm an idiot, but hey, let's have some fun. Sheckard gets on second with a stolen base, but they did get Slagle on the way home. So that's going to be one down as now Sheckard is on second. Schultz up to bat with one down. Here's the pitch to Schultz. Schultz is going to rip a single into right field. They are going to throw it to the cutoff man, so that is going to allow Sheckard to score.
Brilliant!
And now we have a runner on first, still only one out, and now Frank Chance is up. We are going to try to get a lead here. Schultz with a 90% chance if he can get a good lead. He cannot. We're still going to send him. Why not? Let's have some fun. And so it's a 1-11 chance. Save! Schultz is going to steal second, so that is going to put him in scoring position. We're being very aggressive in this game. Why not? It's 1906. The Cubs ended up losing originally. Let's have some fun and see if we can win it here in Game 5 at home. Walsh pitching the Chance. He is going to hit a ground ball. Tannehill is going to check on Schultz. He's going to throw it to first, so that's going to be the second out. And now Steinfeld, our best hitter, is up to bat. Walsh pitching to Steinfeld. He's going to hit a ground ball to Davis. Davis is going to have to make a play. Whoopsies! And it's going to be juggled. So another error in the inning, and now Steinfeld's on first. Schultz is on third as we now have Joe Tinker up to bat. Can the Hall of Fame shortstop come through for us? And he will come through in the clutch as he hits a ball opposite field on the ground between first and second. So that is going to score a run. Steinfeld's going to go all the way to third. So we've tied it up already. And now we got Johnny Evers coming up, another Hall of Famer. What are we going to do? Let's see if Tinker can get a easy steal here. We're just going to steal him straight up, see if he can get a lead. And can he get one? He cannot. He has a 55% chance. We do not want to take any chance with Johnny Evers up to bat. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a single again as Johnny Evers hits a line ball into right field. Unfortunately, he is going to be injured. Medic! But Steinfeld scores. Tinker is going to go to third. Evers will be on first, but we have to bring somebody else in for him as the inning is not over yet. So we bring in Hoffman to pinch run, and now Klingen's up, and he's going to pull one into left field. Hoffman has very good speed. We are going to send him to third. They're going to throw it to the cutoff man, keeping Kling at first base, and suddenly, after trailing and giving up 2 runs in the first, we quickly jump back with 4 runs of our own, and the inning's still not over. It's now our pitcher, Taylor, is up to bat. Here's the pitch to Taylor, and Taylor is going to get a single off the pitcher's card as we continue with this crazy 2-out rally. Kling on third now. Taylor's on first. Slagle, top of the orders. We've gone all the way around the order, and he's going to rip a single into center field. I cannot believe the amount of hits that we are getting with 2 outs, and that is going to put runners on first and seconds. We got our 6th run in the game so far, and we're not even out of the first inning. Sheckard now up to bat. He got on base earlier on the air by Davis, and he is going to hit a ground ball to Isbell, and that is finally going to end the inning. But after 2 runs were scored by the White Sox, we come back off of 2 errors by their defense, and we get 7 hits and score 6 runs, and now lead this one 6-2, and we're just about to enter into the second inning. So after all those fireworks, we did have Johnny Evers get hurt. He will be returning for Game 6 if it happens. Hoffman, who came in to pinch run, is going to move to third base. We're going to move Steinfeld over to second. He's our best option at second. And so now we go into the top of the second with Daugherty, the left fielder, leading them off. Taylor on the mound again, and Daugherty's going to rip a single to lead it off. And now Sullivan's up, their catcher, and he's going to draw a walk.
What are you doing?
Man, this game is just complete chaos right now. Tannehill up to bat. He's going to hit a ground ball to Steinfeld. He's going to throw it to Tinker. He's going to throw it to Chance. So a 4-6-3 double play. I think that might actually be the first double play that the Cubs have gotten in this World Series. And unfortunately, it did not include Johnny Evers for the legendary double play that they were known for. But Daugherty's going to be on third base. We do have 2 outs, and now their pitcher Walsh is up. He needs a 1-6 for a double. The rest is going to be a fly out, and it's going to be a 15. So the 20-die roll is in our favor, and that's going to end the inning. So for the first time, they did get a runner 90 feet away. Nobody scores in a half of an inning. So we go to the bottom of the second. We are up to bat. Schultz, our right fielder, is going to lead us off, and he's going to hit a fly ball opposite field to Daugherty. He does not have very good range. He is going to not be able to get there as it's going to land in front of him. So Schultz is going to lead off with a single. And now here is Chance, as they already have seen enough from Ed Walsh, as he doesn't even get more than 1 inning's worth of work. And Fielder Jones, the player manager, comes in from center field, and he's going to now bring in Frank Owen to pitch, as our offense has taken Ed Walsh out of the game. Chance going to be the first batter that Owen's going to go against. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a single into left field. We have a chance to send Schultz over to third. We will. They're going to throw it. He needs a 1-14.
He's safe.
He's going to be safe, so that is going to put him on third. Chance on the throw is going to take seconds. We now have runners on second and third with no outs, and Steinfeld, our best hitter, is up. Surprising, they're going to pitch to him. And Steinfeld shows why he's probably the most valuable player in the World Series, as he gets another hit. And that is going to score Schultz. We're going to send Chance. They don't even have a chance. It's a 95% chance from the score. So they're just going to hit the cutoff man, as now Steinfeld has knocked in 2 more RBIs, and we lead this one 8-2. And Joe Tinker is up to bat, and he's going to hit a fly ball as we keep on hitting it to the left side of the outfield. But this one's easy going to be taken in by Daugherty, and that's going to be 1 down. And now Hoffman's up. He needs a 1-7 for a single. It's going to be a 16, so that's going to be a line out to Davis. That's going to be 2 down. And then Kling is going to hit a ground ball to Tannehill, who's going to throw it to first. That's going to end the inning, but we do add 2 more runs on Steinfeld's single, and we lead this one 8-2 as we enter the third inning. Taylor on the mound going against Hahn, and for the 3rd time in a row, they get the leadoff man on base as Hahn rips a single to opposite side, and now Fielder Jones is up, and he's going to try a hit and run, and it's going to work to perfection as Jones hits it in between first and second. Hahn is able to take third, so they have runners on the corner with no outs, and now Isbell is up. He hit 279 back in 1906. He's hitting only 188 in the World Series. Can we get him out? He's going to hit a ground ball to Steinfeld, and he's going to throw it to Tinker, who's going to throw it to Chance. So the second time we get a double play with Steinfeld in this game. The runner does score, but we get 2 outs. And so with 2 outs, now they have Davis up with nobody on base. Davis is going to hit a fly ball opposite field to Sheckard. So that's going to be the 3rd out. They score another run, and they trail now 8-3 as we go into the bottom of the 3rd in this crazy Game 5 so far. I feel like I'm out of breath as we go into the bottom of the 3rd. Taylor's going to lead us off the pitcher, and that's going to be a strikeout. The first strikeout by Owen, who came into the game in the 2nd inning. And now Schlegel's up. He's 2 for 2. He's going to hit a ground ball to Tannehill, who's going to have to make a play.
Whoopsie.
And Tannehill with an error, the 3rd error of the game. And so Schlegel's going to be on first. And now Scheckert is up. He's going to hit a line ball to Davis. That's going to be an out. So that's 2 down. And now Schultz is 2 for 2. He's going to be up to bat, and he's going to pull one into right field. That's going to easily land into the grass. We're going to send Slagle over to third, and he had a 95% chance. And so they're just going to hit the cutoff man, keep Schultz at first. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And now Frank Chance is up, the first baseman. Hit 353 back in 1906. He's hitting 400 in the World Series. Can he get another hit? And unfortunately, he's going to hit this ball opposite field. It's going to be a line drive right at Hahn in right field. That's going to be the 3rd out. But after 3 innings, we lead this one 8-3 as the White Sox have 3 runs on 6 hits, and they've committed 3 critical errors. And we have 8 runs on 11 hits so far in 3 innings. And our defense has been coming through as we have not committed an error, and we get ready for the 4th inning. Top of the 4th, here is Taylor back on the mound going against Donahue, the first baseman. And for the 4th inning in a row, they get a leadoff hit.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Donahue's on first, and now Daugherty's up. He is 1 for 1. He's going to draw a walk.
Bruh.
So runners on first and second. Taylor really not being very impressive in this game. We're just lucky that we had that huge first inning. And now Sullivan needs a 1-7. It's going to be an 18. So instead of a single, it's going to be a line out right at Tinker. So that's going to be 1 down. And now Tannehill is up, the third baseman, and he's going to rip a single into left field. They are going to send the lead runner. We are just going to let him score, stop the other runners, as they now have 4 runs so far in this one. They still have runners on first and seconds with 1 out. And the pitcher is up. He's going to bunt at it, a sacrifice bunt. Taylor's going to pick this one up, and he's going to throw it to first. So Tannehill's on second, Daugherty's on third. With 2 down, they have 2 runners in scoring position. Now Hahn, who's 2 for 2, is up. He's going to hit a ground ball to Steinfelder, who came in for the injured Hall of Fame Evers, and he's going to make a play showing why he may be the MVP, as he's able to turn 2 double plays and make a great defensive play there, and has been hot at the bat. So they do get 1 run. We do get out of it and still hold to an 8-4 lead as we go into the bottom of the 4th. And talking about Steinfeld, he is going to be leading us off. He is 1 for 2 today. He's been on base twice. He got on base with an error as well as a single. He has 2 RBIs so far. He has 7 so far in the World Series. He is going to get out as he pulls this one into left field to Daugherty, and that's going to be 1 down. And now Joe Tinker's up. He's 1 for 2, and he's going to get on base with a walk. We're going to try to steal. It's still early in the game. I don't want to take our foot off the gas pedal. He's not able to get a good lead, so Hoffman's going to hit a ground ball to Tannehill, who's going to have to make a play. Tannehill has very good range, but a bad glove in.
Whoopsies.
It's going to be an error as he cannot pull this one in, and Tinker ends up on second. Hoffman's on first, 1 down, and now Kling is up. Kling is having a great season and a great World Series. He's going to use a 1-4 for a triple. It's going to be a 15, so that's going to be an out. So unfortunately, that's going to bring 2 outs as our pitcher now comes up. Taylor, who's 1 for 2, is going to be strikeout. So a strikeout to end the inning as back-to-back innings without any runs scored, as the Chicago White Sox are slowly getting back into this one as we go into the 5th inning and they trail 8-4. Taylor on the mound. I hope he can get the leadoff man out for once. Here's Jones, and Jones is going to bunt at it. And luckily for us, Taylor fields it, fires at the first, and he is going to be out as finally we get the leadoff man out. And now Isbell's up. He is 0 for 2. He's going to hit a ground ball to Chance. That's going to be the 2nd out. And now Davis, who's 0 for 2, is up to bat. He's going to hit a fly ball to Scheckert, our best defender on the team. And he's going to probably be able to pull this one in as he needs to make a play, and he will. So a quick 1-2-3 inning by Taylor to get out of the top of the 5th as we go into the bottom of the 5th, still leading by 4. Slagle up to bat. He is 2 for 3 in this game. He's going to hit a ground ball to Donahue. That's going to be 1 down, and now Scheckert is up. Scheckert's going to use a 1-19. It's going to be a 14, so that's going to be a ground ball that's going to get right up the middle. And that's going to put him on first. And now with him on first base, Schultz coming up, who's 3 for 3. We're going to try to steal, and he needs a 1-17. He's going to beat the throw, so that is going to get him in scoring position as Schultz, who already has an RBI in this game. Like I mentioned earlier, he's 3 for 3. He's going to hit a ground ball back to Owen.
Whoopsies.
Owen, the pitcher, juggles this one, not able to pick it up, as Schultz is going to end up on first. Scheckert goes to third, the 5th error by the White Sox.
You're gonna lose. You stink.
As their defense is absolutely killing them, and now Chance is up. The Hall of Famer is going to hit a pop-up to Donahue at first, so that's going to be the 2nd out. And now here comes Steinfeld. He is hitting .429 so far in the World Series. He hit .364 back in 1906. He's 1 for 3 today. He has 2 RBIs. He has a chance to add another RBI, and he's going to hit the ball to center field with the score still 8-4. Here we go, 5th inning, Taylor on the mound, or 6th inning, Taylor on the mound. He's going to go against Donahue. Donahue needs a 1-7. Ballpark single is going to be a 16, so that's going to be an out. And now Daugherty's up. He is 1 for 1. He is going to hit a ground ball to Steinfeld, who has moved over to second from third for the injured Evers, and he is able to make a play. That's going to be 2 down, and now Sullivan, who's 0 for 1, did get on base with a walk and hit a ground ball to Hall of Fame Tinker. Tinker needs to make a play, and he will. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Jack Taylor as we go into the bottom of the 6th. Here's Tinker, 1 for 2 today. He is going to hit a fly ball to Fielder Jones in center field, and Jones is able to make a play. That is going to be 1 down, and now Hoffman's up. He is 0 for 2, and he's going to rip a single up the middle, so that's going to put him on first. We are going to try to steal. We cannot get a good lead, so Johnny Kling is up to bat. He is 1 for 3. He does have an RBI. He is going to pop this one up. This one's going to go over to the left side of the field, and that is going to be pulled in by Tannehill. That's going to be 2 down, and now Taylor is up. We might as well let him hit, and it's going to be a wild pitch as now Hoffman is on second base. Taylor, who's 1 for 3, did have an RBI. He has struck out twice. Both strikeouts by Owen are against Taylor. Here's the pitch, and it's going to again be a strikeout. So Owen has 3 strikeouts against his pitching rival, Jack Taylor, and that's going to end the inning as we go into the top of the 7th. But after 6, Chicago White Sox have 4 runs with 8 hits, but unfortunately they have committed 5 errors. That's right, 5 errors so far. The Cubs have 8 runs on 13 hits, and their defense has been stepping up and doing great as they have not made an error yet so far as we go into the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th, here's Taylor. Still has some juice left in that arm, and he's going against Tannehill, the third baseman, and he's going to pop this one up over to Hoffman, who's playing third base, and that's going to be 1 down, and now Owen, the pitcher, surprised they're letting him hit, but he's going to hit a line ball right at Frank Chance, so that's going to be 2 down, and now Hahn, who's 2 for 3, probably their best hitter in the World Series, is going to draw a walk, so he's on base. And now Fielder Jones with 2 outs has already had a triple. Is going to hit the ball opposite field in the left. So a hit by Jones as he rips this one. And that is going to take Hahn all the way over to second. They're not going to send him over to the third. So with runners on first and second and 2 down, they have Isbell coming up. Second baseman hit .309 back in 1906. He's been kind of cold in the World Series. He's only hitting .167. He is 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch by Taylor. And it's going to be a ground ball to Hoffman at third, and he's going to throw it to second for the fielder's choice. That's going to get us out of the inning as Taylor comes through again and keeps the runners staying put. So here we are, bottom of the 7th. Cubs leading this one 8-4. Slago's going to be leading us off. He's 2 for 4. He's going to hit a ground ball to Davis. That's going to be 1 down. And now Sheckard's up. He is 1 for 4, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Tannehill. So we're hitting it all over the left side of the infield. That's going to be 2 down, and now Schultz up. He is 3 for 4. He is going to rip a single as he hits a line drive, pulls this one into right field. He is on first base, and now we have Frank Chance up. He is 1 for 4. We could use a hit by him, and unfortunately, he's going to hit a ground ball to Donahue. Owen's going to cover the base. He flips to the pitcher, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So after 7, we still lead 8-4 and are 6 outs away from winning the 1906 World Series. Taylor back on the mound for the 8th inning. We got some pitchers warming up in our bullpen just in case. Davis is going to be leading them off. He's 0 for 3. He is going to pop this one up. Go! So that's going to be an error as Davis hits a pop-up and Kling not able to pull this one in as it bounces off of his glove. But luckily for us, that's in foul territory. It is recorded as an error. It should have been an out. Davis is still up to bat. Our first error in the game. Luckily, it doesn't do any damage for us. And now Davis is going to hit a fly ball to Slagle. Slagle has to run a lot to get there. He cannot get to it. It is going to be a double. Slagle had to make a play. Davis hit a great ball. He's got good speed, and so he's on second base with no outs. And now Donahue is up. The first baseman is 2 for 3 today. He has 2 singles, and he is going to draw a walk.
Bruh.
And we are going to go to the bullpen as we do not want to take any chances with Daugherty coming up to bat. So we decided to bring in Carl Lundgren. He went 17 in 6 in 1906. He did have 2 saves. He also had a 2.21 ERA, so feeling good about him coming in. We still have Ed Rulbach and Three Finger Brown that I might need to bring in. I know he's probably tired, but you know what? This could wrap up the World Series. Everybody's got to be willing to go. So here's Lundgren going against Daugherty. Daugherty's going to hit a ground ball back to Lundgren. Lundgren cannot get to it. So that is going to be a single. And now the bases are loaded as the tying run is up to bat. Sullivan, who is 0 for 2, the catcher, who's hitting only 105 in the World Series, has been on base today with a walk, and he's going to rip a single into left field. We are going to stop all the runners from advancing. We're going to let him score, so that is going to knock in 2 runs in the top of the 8th as they only trail by 2 runs now. Tying run on first. The leading run is up to bat. Tannehill, the third baseman, up to bat. Corners are in, and they are going to bring in Town to pinch hit. He is 1 for 2 in the World Series.
Just a bit outside.
And that's going to be a wild pitch as Lundgren pitches this one. And that is going to move the tying run all the way up to second. So here we go against Town, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Steinfeld, who's had a very good game defensively. Give me that! He is going to make another beautiful play as he is going to throw this one to first. That is going to be the first out, but they do score a run and now trail by only 1 with their tying run 90 feet away, and Owen, the pitcher, is up. I would imagine Fielder Jones is going to bring in someone else. He will. He's going to bring in Lee Killian to pinch hit. We have the infield in. Killian up to bat. Lundgren trying to get out of this one. He hit a ground ball to Chance. He's a very good defender. He's going to make a nice play. He's going to check on Sullivan, keep him at third base. He's going to tag the base himself.
Impressive.
Sullivan is not going to risk it, so we have 2 outs. Hahn is now up. He is hitting .409 in the World Series. I would love to not go against him because he's been so hot. But unfortunately, I do not want to put the winning run on first base. And so here we go. Lundgren going against Hahn. Hahn is 2 for 3. He's been on base with a walk as well. So he's been on base 3 times so far. So game 5 could come down to this at bat. Hahn, probably the one guy that they want up to bat. Lundgren trying to get him out. Hahn is 2 for 3, and he is going to draw a walk. So Hahn is on first. Sullivan on third. Fielder Jones is up. He is 3 for 4. He's having a great game today. He's got 2 singles and a triple. Lundgren struggling, seems in the 8th inning, but we're going to leave him go against Jones. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball to Frank Chance at first base. That is going to be an out.
Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
That's going to get us out of the inning with the tying run on third and the winning run on first. But we're going to go into the bottom of the 8th, still barely holding on to a 1-0 lead. Here we are, bottom of the 5th. Steinfeld's up. He is 1 for 4. He has been on base twice, but as weird as it sounds, even though he's played great defensively, he only has 1 hit, but that hit did give us 2 RBIs. Steinfeld is going to be strikeout. As Frank Smith, who came in, start the 8th inning, gets his first strikeout. And now Joe Tinker's up. He is 1 for 3. He needs a 1 to 10 for a triple. It's going to be a 1.
Nice.
So Tinker is able to go all the way over to third. We have a chance to send him for an in-the-park home run, 1-9. Why not? Let's go for it. 1-9, 45% chance to get an in-the-park home run. What's going to happen? Here's the throw. You're out! And he is going to be thrown out, as it really wasn't that close. Probably not the wisest move. I've not made all the wisest moves in this one, but that's going to be the second out as Joe Tinker goes for an in-the-park home run. He does get credit for a triple, but that is going to be the second out, and now Hoffman is up. Hoffman's going to hit a ground ball to Donahue. Donahue's going to slide to his right. He makes a very nice play. He throws it over to Smith, who's covering first, and that's going to be the third out. So a very odd 1-2-3 inning as we're going to go now into the top of the 9th, still leading by 1, and we have Lundgren coming back to the mound, and we are obviously, after that last inning, going to bring in somebody else to try to finish this one off. All right, so possibly in a very surprising move, we are bringing Three Finger Brown, whose arm is very, very tired, but we're going to bring him in for the 9th inning and a chance to get a save and win the World Series. He's going against Frank Isbell, the second baseman, who hit .279. Here's the pitch. He's going to hit a fly ball to Slagle in center field. Slagle has to make a play. Slagle is going to...
Oh, the fantastic dive!
Unbelievable running play, as that's going to be one down as our defense comes through again. And now he's going to be going against George Davis, the Hall of Famer. He's 1 for 4. He does have a double. He's going to get Davis to pop out for the second out. So it's going to come down to Donahue, who is 2 for 3, has 2 singles. He's been on base for a walk. Three Finger Mordecai Brown, the Hall of Famer, coming in again for the 4th game in 5 to try to help us. And he has a chance to get the save and win the World Series for the 1906 Chicago Cubs. Here he goes against Donahue, the first baseman. Here's the pitch, and he is going to hit Donahue right in the back. And so Donahue's going to take first. So the tying run is now on base. Now Daugherty is up. He hit .226. He's hitting .214 in the World Series. He is 2 for 3 today. He has a walk. Can Mordecai Brown get through Daugherty? And they are going to bring in Bill O'Neill to pinch hit. He started the last game, and he is hitting .222. So O'Neill up to bat, going against Brown. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball to Joe Tinker, who's going to throw it to first base, and that is going to end the game as Three Finger Brown comes in with the save, and the Chicago White Sox from 1906 finally do what they were not able to do originally, and they win the World Series. What a World Series, and I am glad that I replayed the 1906 World Series with the Chicago Cubs. The first 2 games went into extra innings as we were able to pull them out. Game 3 handily went to the White Sox. We handily won Game 4, but Game 5 was all over the place. There were fireworks through the first 3 innings. The offense seemed to settle down on our end, but unfortunately, the White Sox came back, almost tied it up in the 8th inning, and then threatened again in the 9th, but Three Finger Brown came in, shut him down, and ended up giving us the victory in Game 5 and allowing us to win the 1906 World Series 4-1. It is obvious why the Cubs were so good. They had 4 Hall of Famers: Joe Tinker, Johnny Evers, Frank Chance, and Mordecai Three Finger Brown. And then they were also led by probably the World Series MVP in our replay, Harry Steinfeld. The third baseman went off, and most of the games had tons of RBIs, came through in the clutch, and was intentionally walked a lot because the White Sox did not want to face him. Well, there you go. That's the conclusion of the 1906 World Series, trying to see if we could get the Cubs to win and become world champions, and of course we did. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. Until next time, this is Coach TK. Have a good one. Bye.